And it's kind of funny. I've watched and rewatched Anthony Rota's introduction of Yaroslav Hunka back on Friday, last Friday, that is. And there's this moment where he's talking about fighting the Russians, and there's a pregnant pause because I think Mr. Rota is doing the math and going, wait a minute. If you're fighting the Russians prior to May 8th, 1945, you're fighting one of our allies. You're the bad guy. Did you notice that? I mean, it was just, it was one of those, I think I forgot to carry the one moments where, yikes, what have I got on my hands? So, that speaks to the lack of due diligence too. But Alexa, why don't we run the video of Trudeau trying to deflect Pierre Poilievre's criticism of his so-called apology. And lo and behold, Christine Anderson's name comes up again. Oh, blackface, what a disgrace he is. Let's roll this tape.
The Prime Minister is responsible for state visits. Foreign heads of states come here. They expect that they will be protected not only against security threats, but against massive global scale embarrassments and shames like the one he allowed to unfold before Canadians. So, will the Prime Minister commit to personally calling President Zelensky and apologizing for his personal failure to vet those who were present and recognized on the floor of the House of Commons? Yes or no?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I will note that to this day, the Leader of the official opposition has not apologized for having had 3 MPs, including one of them who is still part of his leadership team, sit down to dine with a far-right German politician a number of months ago. No recognition, no apologies, no consequences for those 3 MPs who engaged with a far-right German politician. Mr. Speaker, if the Leader of the Opposition wants the government to help him vet those his MPs meet with, we'd be more than happy to give him some better advice.
Well,
this is crazy. This is crazy because they actually blamed them for meeting with Christine Anderson. When Christine Anderson was in Canada, she met with the survivor of Holocaust. She also walked with one of the veterans, James Top, and she were there for speaking with some Canadians who were discriminated by the government. She never deny who she is. She always presents herself as who she is. She's from the right wing, of course. Her party represents that. So she never hide anything. She never tried to be someone else, and she always be herself. And she came here on the purpose to be there in support of the Canadians who were put in the second-class citizen. And they keep blaming conservatives to meet Christine Anderson. There is no comparison of what happened in the parliament with the ovation of an SS Nazi.
You're right, Alexa. Blackface is more concerned about a fake Nazi because Christine Anderson is not a Nazi. She's from Germany, and lo and behold, in the entire world, the one nation that has the strongest laws against Nazism is Germany. If you do the Nazi salute, if you reproduce the swastika, if you wear a World War II German uniform, you're going to go to jail in Germany. That's the state of affairs there. So the idea of him still going after Christine Anderson, whereas just less than a week ago, we had a bona fide real Nazi and a really nasty Nazi in the House of Commons. He was with the SS Waffen Division, in which they were killing civilians carrying out war crimes. I mean, this deflection is outrageous. And I think this speaks to Justin Trudeau being a narcissist, being a sociopath, that he can never take personal accountability. It's always, yeah, but look at you. And that's another psychological condition he suffers for. It's called projection, Alexa. It's like if you're a kleptomaniac, you point to somebody and say, why are you always stealing stuff? No, what you're doing is you're talking about yourself. I think Justin Trudeau could keep a psychiatrist in business for the next decade with all the mental baggage he brings to the table. And by the way, I do believe, I can't remember word for word what Pierre Poilievre said. I think it was a self-inflicted wound. I'm going back to last February. We had Liberal bagman Warren Kinsella go to his buddy, the disgraced Brian Lilley at the Toronto Sun, to reach out to Poilievre and denounce Christine Anderson. And he did say words to that effect. I think it was a terrible, like I said, self-inflicted wound. He shouldn't have done it. And you're, bending the knee to mainstream media. You're bending the knee to Warren Kinsella. Are you kidding me? Here we have the tweet in questions, and Christine Anderson's views are vile and have no place in our politics. The MPs were not aware of this visiting member of the European Parliament's opinions, and they regret meeting with her. Frankly, it would be better if Anderson never visited Canada in the first place. She and her racist, hateful views are not welcome here. So, two things. One is, that sounds to me that Pierre Poilievre has already done what Trudeau was asking him to do yesterday. And I'm sorry, Alexa, Pierre Poilievre, in my book, he's saying and doing all the right things, but every once in a while, he does bend the knee to some blowback from the people who hate him, who will never vote for him. He should never have said that. That is not the nature of Christine Anderson. I believe you met her. I met her at a function as well. And there is no vileness there, quite frankly.
How much fun is that? I can hardly wait. If you like cruising already, well, this is truly something unique. And if you've never been on a cruise ship before, this is the perfect way to start, with a group of like-minded rebels from coast to coast. You can find out all the details, including the different cabin prices, at rebelnewscruise.com. I know you're going to look back on it as the vacation of a lifetime. We've reserved a limited number of Rebel News cabins, so book yours today at rebelnewscruise.com. We'll see you there.